Welcome, yogis. Thank you so much for being here. I am really honored by your presence. We're in our August challenge. There are 6 classes after today. So each of you can still get your Amazon gift card. There's still time. So this week and next week, we're going to be working on boosting our immune system. So our immune system is controlled by our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system consists of our thymus, which generates T cells that helps our immunity become adaptive. Contains more than 500 lymph nodes throughout our body, all the way behind your ears, down your neck, armpits, groin area, down your legs, 500 plus lymph nodes that control our immune system. And they work with our spleen, which is on the left side, on the top part of our stomach, that together they flush out all the toxins in our body and generate the good white cells to fight infection. So how are we going to do this? Well, the number one way to boost your immune system is, guess what it is? You guessed right. It is deep diaphragmatic breathing. This is our miraculous power within ourselves to boost our immunity. It's miraculous, yet scientifically proven to do so, ward off chronic ailments and even heal chronic ailments. And number two is by doing poses that massage our lymphatic system, our thymus, our lymph nodes, and our spleen. So we're going to start by doing a combination of a pose with our deep diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to go into a reclined fish pose. I think most of you have done this with me before, but I'm going to remind you, there's a couple of ways to do it. This is a very restful position. You take 2 blocks, and I like to have mine low height and medium height. And the 1 block on the low height goes right underneath your shoulder blades, right about your bra line, if you can find your bra line, and then your head rests on the high block. And if you get in the right spot, and then you just bring your arms in a T, it opens up your chest, and it feels delicious. What this is doing is opening up and stimulating all the area around your armpits that have a lot of lymph nodes and your throat area. Now, if you're not comfortable on the blocks, and some people don't like it, so an alternative would be to take a bolster and a blanket. It's a little softer this way. And you put the blanket on the edge of your bolster, and you sit down in front of your bolster and just lean back so that the bottom of the bolster is in your middle back and your head rests on the blanket. Same thing right here, just nice and open. The purpose is to open up your throat area and your chest. And when you're in this very comfortable reclined fish pose, Supta Matsyendrasana, start thinking about deepening your breath all the way down to your belly. Big, slow inhales through your nose. Exhale through your nose. When you inhale, your diaphragm contracts, massages your spleen and all the other internal organs to help your immunity. By opening up your chest, your thymus is being stimulated, producing those T cells, maturing the T cells in your body. Close your eyes, just think about your breath going all the way down to the bottom of your belly. Feel your chest and belly rise and fall with each breath. Couple more deep, deep breaths as we lie here in the Supta Matsyendrasana. Matsyan means fish in Sanskrit. This pose, coupled with the deep diaphragmatic breathing, also is a huge stress reducer. And as we all know, stress is terrible for our immune system. The more we can relieve our bodies of stress and our mind of stress, the better our immunity will be. Take one final deep, 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 long, slow breath. And then very carefully prop yourself up so that you can roll over onto your side and come to seated. And let me greet you with my opening Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. So I hope you enjoyed that bit of pranayama with the reclined fish pose. We're going to start in, so a lot of our lymph nodes are in our groin area, as well as our armpits and our neck. So we're going to start stimulating our groin area with this little flow of Dandasana up to Upavista Konasana. So we'll start in Dandasana. Legs straight in front of us. You can sit up on a bolster if you like, toes up, knees up. Bring your shoulders down from your ears and chest forward. Bring that chest forward, help stimulate that thymus, which is right here. A couple of deep breaths here. Make sure your head's right on top of the shoulders. Arms by your sides, relax. Tilt your pelvis forward so you have a little arch in your lower back, and then suck your abdominal muscles in. Okay, from here, we're going to bend our right knee and bring it into our chest. So this in itself is putting pressure on our spleen area. Take your left arm and hug the knee to the chest. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, twist to the right. So this twist is massaging all the organs and including our all-important spleen to help us stay safe in this very unsafe environment. Several deep breaths here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly return to center. Now walk your left leg out slightly, walk your right foot out slightly, and then reestablish your long spine by tilting your pelvis back forward so you have a little arch in your lower back. Now we're going to turn our torso over the left leg. So our shoulders on the inside of the right leg. Plant one hand on either side of your left leg, and keeping your long spine, just allow your chest to melt slowly down toward your leg. Keep your foot flexed, knee pointed up, and don't allow your shoulders to hunch or round. And just feel this nice hip opener here. So we're really stretching open the right hip, and we're stretching our left hamstrings at the same time. And the twist is helping put pressure on that spleen area for our immunity. And this is also putting pressure in our groin area, which has a ton of lymph nodes. Couple more deep breaths here. And then slowly inhale back up. And now please straighten both legs into a V shape. And once again, tilt the pelvis forward so you have a neutral arch in your lower back, feet up, knees up. So this is another stimulating of the groin lymph nodes. This is called Upavista Konasana. Take your shoulders up to your ears, inhale, exhale, bring them back and down. Once more, inhale, shoulders up and back and down. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your left hand on your right thigh, right hand behind you, and keep twisting as you breathe deeply here. Twists not only massage your organs, but they're really, really super good for your spinal muscles and your posture. Take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly back to center. Keep that pelvis tilted forward. Make sure your knees and feet are up. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, let your right hand float down, left arm beside the ear. Lean over, opening your left ribs. Couple more deep breaths here. So now push into your right hand, pull up with your left hand back to Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, allow your left hand to float down, right arm beside the ear. Make sure your shoulder stays pointed upward. And then pull up with your right hand, come back to center. Inhale, arms in a T, open your chest wide. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes on the outside of the left thigh. Left hand parks behind you as you further twist with big breaths. One more big breath in, and exhale back to center. So walk your right leg in just a little bit, bend your left knee, walk it in a little bit. Reestablish your nice tall spine. You still have a V between your legs. And you're gonna now twist your torso so that your chest is over your right thigh and your hands are on either side of that leg. And you don't have to come down far to feel this stretch. Just make sure you keep your back long and don't allow your head to fall forward. So keep your head in line with your spine. Several deep breaths here. Make sure that you don't lock out the right knee. It's straight but not locked. You can pull your heel towards your body a little bit to help unlock it. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, pull yourself up. Now walk the right leg all the way back in and walk the left foot in. Keep the knee bent. Make sure your right foot's pointed up, knees pointed up. Take your right arm, hug the left knee into your chest. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist to the left, using your right arm as leverage. Once again, massaging our organs, including that all-important spleen. Several more deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, return to center. Good. Now we're gonna go to our hands and knees, please. And grab your block, if you have them and are using them, and just have them handy in front of you. In fact, take the block on your right side and place it upright beside your right foot, or your right ankle, right on the outside of the right foot. And then we'll come back to our table position with a flat back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come into your cat back, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone, Feel your vertebra open. Feel your shoulders separate. Inhale, stretch your chest forward, head forward, tailbone back into your extended cow pose. One more. Exhale into your cat. And one more. Inhale with your cow pose, Uttanasana. And then come back to center, to neutral table. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift your right arm and twist open to the right. And then the right hand comes back down. Inhale, push into your hands, come all the way up onto your knees into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist toward the right. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, keeping your twist. Arms beside your ears. Exhale, let your hands float down somewhere to the right side of your mat. Maybe your left hand can come to where your right hand was in the table, and then allow your right arm to twist open. So a little bit deeper twist with the crooked table legs. And then push into your left hand, come all the way back up to Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your lower back as you open your chest. Keep your chin tucked until your chest gets up toward the ceiling, and then you can lift your chin and look up. And then come back to upright position. Take your right arm, and we're going to swing it around to activate the lymph nodes in our armpits. So swing it forward, inhale, exhale, swing it back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So your left hand is still supporting your lower back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And this time, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, maybe we can land our hand on that block that's beside your foot. And this is a half of a camel pose, Ardha Ustrasana. Really, really good for opening up your chest, stimulating your thymus. Couple of breaths here. Now, if your hand doesn't work on the block, you can just put your hand back on your lower back. And then very slowly rise back up. Take your hands on your hips and extend your left leg out to the side. And then point your toes to the left, away from your body. And keeping your left hand in that hip socket, raise your right arm up. And then as you exhale, you're going to lean over to the left. Now this is a good groin stretcher also, with all those lymph nodes in that area. This is a modified gate pose, Padangusthasana. Keep the shoulder up. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, bring your hand down to your block at any height. Take your left toes and point them forward. And you can even use your hand on the mat here if it works for you. So this is going to be another stimulant for our armpits with the Ardha Mandalasana. So your hand starts at 12 o'clock, and then we're going to inhale as we go back, and then forward of our face, exhale up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more inhale all the way back up to 12 o'clock. Pull up your fingertips so that you can come up to Urdhva Hastasana. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring your hands down, and then bring your knee back in to table pose. Now we'll take the block, put it beside our left foot on the high side, or any side that suits you now that you know where we're going with it. And then come back to your flat back. We'll do another couple cat-cows. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, come into your cow pose, flexing the spine, tail down, chin tucked. Inhale, cow, banana back, head forward, tailbone back. Exhale, one more cat. Inhale, one more cow. Belly down, head forward. And then come back to a flat back table. Inhale as you lift your left arm up, twisting to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Push into your hands, come up to your knees into Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute with your arms. Good. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, bring your arms up beside your ears. Urdhva Hastasana with the twist. Exhale, bring your hands down on the left side of your mat. Maybe your left hand can go where your right hand was in the table, and then your right arm comes up in a crooked table twist. Push into your right hand as you come back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, point up with your fingertips. Exhale, land your hands onto your lower back. Open your chest up, tuck your chin. Keep your thighs pushing forward as you then slowly lift your head to look up. A supported back bend. And it's a preparation for our Ustrasana camel pose. Come back upright. And then your right arm stays on your lower back. Your left arm, inhale forward. Exhale, reach back. Inhale forward. Exhale, reach back. Inhale forward. Exhale, reach back. And this time we're going to inhale forward. Exhale, maybe our hand can come to the block or your heel. Or none of that works for you, you can return to your lower back. And then bring your make sure your thighs are pushing forward and your thighs stay perpendicular to the ground. Make sure you keep control of your head and breathe. This is a very good back strengthener too. Inhale slowly, come to center. Hands come onto your hips. We'll extend our right leg out, toes pointed away from you. Right hand stays in the hip crease. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, gate pose to the right. Keeping the shoulder high, up toward the ceiling. Breathe here, feel your left ribs open. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, down. Point your toes forward on your right foot. And then take your left hand either down onto your block or the mat, any level. Your right arm will go up to 12 o'clock. And then we'll swing our arm forward. Inhale, exhale, back up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pause here. Push into your left hand, come up to Urdhva Hastasana. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your knee in. Tuck your toes, push up to downward facing dog. Bend your knees in this all-purpose, all-body stretch. Tailbone high in the air. Spread your fingers, bend your knuckles so they take some weight off your wrists. Squeeze your forearms toward each other to open your deltoids. A couple of big breaths here. Now take a deep breath in as you walk your hands back toward your feet. And then hang here. You can use your block here if you like. You can bend your knees also if you like. Just hang here for a couple of breaths in this forward fold. Now forward folds are really good stimulus for your nasal passages, which is also good for your immunity. All those mucous membranes and those cilia in your nasal passages really help filter out all the germs, toxins, and these forward folds help stimulate that area of your body. Very slowly, bend your knees, rise up. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And then pause in Tadasana with a straight spine, feet underneath your hips. Your pelvis is slightly tilted forward, so you have a neutral spine, shoulders down from your ears, palms forward slightly, chest forward, head on top of the shoulders. A couple of breaths here. Rotate your thighs inward slightly, as if you were squeezing that imaginary block between your legs. Inhale, bring your arms open to a T. Exhale, point your thumbs down, push a curtain away, and then take your hands behind your back, clasp your hands together, pull your hands away as you push your chest forward and open your chest. A couple of deep breaths here. And now keeping your hands clasped, bend your knees slightly, take a deep breath, and then exhale, forward fold. Bent knees, bring your hands toward the ceiling. And then slowly come back up. Keep your hands clasped. Take a deep breath. Exhale, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Keep pulling your hands away from your bottom. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Keep your hands away from your bottom. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Release your hands, shake your arms out, return to Tadasana. So in addition to getting a really good neck stretch, we're stimulating all those lymph nodes in that area. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right ear toward your right shoulder, and then your right hand to the left side of your head. Left arm comes away in a diagonal. Push your fingertips away as you hold this neck stretch. Don't pull on your head with your hand. Just allow it to rest there, just to coax it in that direction. Release. Bring your head back to center, back to Tadasana. Reestablish your spine. Inhale. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Left hand on the right side above the ear. And then the right arm goes diagonal to your body. Push the fingertips away to enhance the stretch. Slowly release. Come back to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. We'll do a couple of swinging chairs here. Inhale, exhale, come into chair pose with your arms in front. A couple of breaths here. Inhale. As you exhale, swing your arms behind you. Bring your belly down toward your thighs, fingers pointed toward the ceiling. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit. And then inhale, swing your arms back forward into chair pose. Couple of breaths here. And then all the way back up, inhale. And exhale, right back in the chair. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms back, swinging chair. Inhale, swing your arms forward. Slowly come up so we don't get too dizzy. We're going to do one more. Go slowly if you like. Inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, swing the arms back. Inhale as you bring your arms forward, back to chair. Pause here, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then back to Tadasana. All right, so last week, if you were here, we toyed with an eagle-like pose where we took our legs and crossed our foot pinky to pinky. And then we did the eagle arms. So you can do that again, or if you want to try to go into the full eagle legs this time, you can do so. If you're familiar with the pose and don't need a block, you don't need to use one. And again, the eagle legs is where you cross your leg over. It's a balancing pose, and you can hook your foot behind the ankle. So the reason the block's there is if we don't like this pose or we're not accustomed to it, you can take your foot and put it on the block next to your body. And then when you get your balance, you can just lift your foot on and off the block like that. So we want to do that. And then we're going to do the arms also. So open the arms in a T. And we're going to hug ourselves with the right arm under our left, elbow on top of elbow. And then slowly bring your forearms together into eagle arms. So it's palm to palm or spoon hands. Bring your elbows up to shoulder height, push your forearms away, and breathe. This is a challenging balance, so don't feel badly if it doesn't work for you. And then slowly unwind the arms, slowly unwrap the legs, and shake it all out. And then we'll move to the other side. So once again, you can either just cross your legs, pinky to pinky, or you can cross your knee over knee and rest that foot on the block, or you can hook behind. It's all up to you. And then this time with the arms, we're going to do left arm under. Inhale as you open, exhale as you hug, lift your shoulders, elbows up to shoulder height, and then open into your eagle arms. And then breathe. Push your forearms away, keep your elbows up. Unwind the arms, unwind the legs, shake it all out. Okay. Grab one block, both blocks onto the top part of your mat. And then reestablish your Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold all the way down. Put your hands on the mat in front of you or on your blocks. Pause here for a breath or two in our forward fold, helping our sinus passages. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot back about 3 feet and keep it pointed forward, so as if you were standing on railroad tracks. And here's where you may want to use your blocks to elevate. This is a pyramid pose. So your feet are not that wide apart in this particular pyramid pose. And your chest is melting down toward your thigh, and your back is nice and long. Your legs are straight but not locked. Now level your sacrum, level your hips, push your left hip back and your right hip forward, because the tendency is to cock that right hip open. So you want to close that right hip as if you had, think about if you had a wine glass sitting on your sacrum, it wouldn't spill. This is an intense stretch called Parsvottanasana, and the word is translated into intense stretch. Okay, now, if you're using blocks, put your hands on your blocks, and then step your right foot back into a high lunge, and then bring your knee down and line up your left knee over the ankle. And then bring your arms up to Anjani Asana. So your right knee is back as far as you can get it into a quad stretch. You're patting your knee is appropriate for you here. Look up, hands facing each other. Breathe, chest open. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your right hand, thumb pointed down, wrap it around your lower back. Left hand, palm up, and reach over your head backwards. So your right arm is supporting your lower back here. Unwind, come back forward. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks. Tuck your right toes, come back to high lunge, and then shift your weight forward to bring your foot up to your forward fold where we started, and then slowly rise up. Inhale, exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Pause for a couple breaths here. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold again. Hands on blocks or the mat. We'll stay here for a breath or two. Stimulating our sinus passages and stretching our hamstrings and our lower back. Now place your hands on your blocks, one on each side of the feet, and then step your left foot back about 3 feet, or maybe less, or more or less, depending on your body. Legs are straight, feet are pointed forward, and your feet are on railroad tracks, hip width distance apart. Don't lock your knees, but allow your legs to be straight as you melt your chest down toward the thigh, keeping a nice long spine. Think about bringing your left hip forward, right hip back, so that you level your sacrum for that glass of wine. Now, if you're using your blocks, keep your hands on your blocks, or place your hands on your blocks so you can step your left foot back farther into a high lunge. And then the left knee comes down, patting it accordingly. Make sure your right knee is lined up over the ankle, and then come up into Anjaneyasana on this side. Palms facing each other, lean back, broaden your chest as you look up. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. So now your left thumb is pointing down. You're going to wrap your left arm into your lower back, right palm up and over your head, leaning backwards. Your left arm is supporting your lower back. Slowly unwind. Come back up to center, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands back down to the blocks. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee off the mat, and step back into downward facing dog. You can use your blocks here or not. If you're using your blocks, you want to put them at an angle, like in a V, and put your thumb behind the short edge of the block, your fingers on top. It just lengthens your arms and pushes the weight back into your back end of your body. We did this last week. I think a lot of you were here when we did this. Bend your knees, straighten your spine nice and long in this downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down to the mat. And then slowly bring your hips back towards your heels into child pose. Rest your head on something, block, blanket, or the mat. And then please bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up. Widen your knees enough so that you can get your chest down. And come resting in this child pose, Balasana. Now, Balasana Balasana is good for stimulating a lot of lymph nodes here. The groin area, your legs. If your belly is down low enough, you're massaging your spleen. And then very slowly push up. And grab your bolster if you have one, blanket or a pillow if you don't, or maybe you can make do without, but it's a lot better for your spine if you have something to sit on. And we're not going to sit in the middle of this thing. We're going to sit on the edge. So you're going to take your left buttock, put it right on the edge with your legs wrapped around to the right. And then your left top of your foot can sit on top of your right ankle. And then bring your chest forward. So your right buttock is not resting on anything. It's just hanging in midair here. And the reason you have this bolster here, because it helps you straighten your spine. You can tell if you took the bolster away how hard it is to keep a straight spine. You see how I'm sagging. So that's why we put something underneath that hip. Although there are yogis that do this without a bolster. I just think if you have one, it's better off for your spine to stay straight. All right, so this is called Bharadvajasana. It's really good. It's a twist for your spleen. It's a pretty intense twist. So we're going to now take our body and twist to the left. And you're going to take your left arm, thumb pointing down, and wrap it behind your back. So the back of your palm is resting behind you. Now, you have a choices here. If you can reach around and grab your right bicep, do that. If not, just keep your hand in your lower back as you keep on twisting to the left. And if you can grab your bicep and continue to twist, maybe you can take your arm, your right hand, and put it on your left thigh. This is a big, big shoulder thing. So be careful. Don't hurt yourself. But this is stimulating a lot of lymph nodes in your armpits, and it's helping your spleen with the twist. Okay, very slowly unwind. Bring your arms back forward, shake them all out, and then we'll switch sides. Take your time. So we're moving to put our right buttock on something, pad, pillow, bolster, blanket. And then your top of your right foot rests on the ankle of your left leg. Your left buttock is hanging in midair. This time we're going to turn our body to the right. Your right hand, thumb pointing down, is going to push a curtain away and wrap around your lower back. You can even take your left hand and pull your right hand behind you, and maybe just that's enough for your twist. Or maybe grab the left bicep and then start with the left hand on your left thigh. And then if your shoulder can take it, maybe creep your hand over to the right thigh. So your right arm is really, really supporting your lower back here as you twist. Allow your body to relax in this by taking several long, deep, full breaths through your nose. Inhale. Exhale very slowly. Come back forward and unwind. Shake your arms out. Release your muscles. Then hop off your bolster onto your backs with your knees bent, hip width distance apart. I'm going to do a very cooling, soft cooling bridge sequence. This is a very soft bridge. So you want to park your feet maybe a hand width, one and a half hands width from your bottom. Keep your feet planted hip width distance apart. Flatten your shoulders on the mat and allow your neutral spine to take a curve here. Your arms are resting by your sides with your palms facing down. So this is a rolling bridge. We're not going to come into a very high bridge because this is a cooling exercise. We're going to do it with breath and slowly. We're going to roll the bridge, arms up and prop our hips up at the same time. So inhale as you slowly push into your feet, lift your hips, bring your arms up toward the ceiling, and then over your head, palms facing up. If they can touch down on the mat above your head, let them do that. And take a breath here. Now you're going to inhale and then very slowly roll your spine back down, bringing your hands up toward the ceiling, and see if you can let your hips and your hands touch down at the same time. So your palms are facing down beside your hips now. Okay, we'll do that again very slowly with slow, big breath. Inhale, slowly lift your hips, roll your spine up towards your shoulders. Hands go over your head, palms facing up. Take a breath here. Inhale. And you exhale very slowly through your nose as you roll your spine down and bring your hands back down beside your hips, palms facing down. Take a breath here. And we'll do one more very slow with deep, deep breath through the nose. Inhale, push up. Bring your arms up, roll your spine up to the tops of your shoulders, palms above your head facing up. Breath here. And then inhale. Exhale as you very, very slowly roll your spine back down. And it's a bit tricky, but get your hands to touch down the same time as your hips. Good. Bring your knees up towards your chest, hug your knees in, roll around on your lower back. And then please grab your block or bolster or pillow for sacrum on the block. So you lift your hips and put your sacrum on the block, and you can either stay here with your feet on the mat, because this is a supported bridge pose and it's very relaxing as well. Or I know a lot of you love to just let your legs rise up to the ceiling and just relax here with your arms by your sides or in a T. And this is very good for our immune system. It's temporarily taking the pressure of gravity off of your spine and your organs. So it's sort of turning everything upside down in your body and massaging it in a different way. It recirculates the blood in a different way. It's also stimulating all the lymph nodes in your neck area. Couple more breaths here. Slow, relaxing breaths. And then very slowly lower your feet down. Remove the block, lift your hips, remove the block. And then walk your feet together. And then put the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall out to the sides of your body. Bring your arms in a T. And just allow gravity to open your groin area, because there are a lot of lymph nodes in your groin area, and this stimulates them to help boost your immunity. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana, which means reclined, bound ankle pose. Okay, very slowly bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and help them come together. And bring your arms back into a T, and we'll do one final twist. Push into your feet, keep your knees sort of together. They don't have to be touching. Lift your hips, shift them about 1 inch to the left, and allow your knees to fall to the right. Now your knees can come apart here. They don't have to be near each other. Just make it feel good at this point. Your shoulders are down, your chest is open to the ceiling, and then turn your head to look over your left hand. That enhances the stretch a little bit. Once again, massaging your spleen and all the lymph nodes in your neck, armpits. Slowly bring your head back to center. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Push into your feet, shift your hips back to the center, and then 1 inch to the right so that you can allow your knees to fall to the left very gently, very comfortably, whatever distance apart you like them to be. Your right hip will be off the mat, but your chest is going to be open, your shoulders are on the mat, and then turn your head to look over the right arm. And very slowly, head comes to center, knees comes to center, hips come back to center. And then please extend your legs long on the mat and come into your very comfortable Shavasana pose. This is the ultimate stress releaser, immune system booster, getting rid of all that mind chatter, allowing your body to completely relax and your mind to completely relax. Focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. And I have been featuring poems from this wonderful author named Mary Oliver. Died last year. She was a very quiet person, and she let her poems speak for herself. Her poems are very vivid in imagery, and imagery is a really good way to relax the mind and body during Shavasana. This poem is called Invitations. Oh, do you have time to linger for just a little while out of your busy and very important day for the goldfinches that have gathered in a field of thistles for a musical battle to see who can sing the highest note or the lowest, or the most expressive of mirth, or the most tender? Their strong, blunt beaks drink the air as they strive melodiously, not for your sake and not for mine, and not for the sake of winning, but for sheer delight and gratitude. Believe us, they say, it is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in this broken world. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It could mean something. It could mean everything. It could be what Rilke meant when he wrote, "You must change your life." Please bring your awareness back to your breath. Gently wake up your body, making small movements. Please bend your knees and slowly roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, closing off the right masculine side of your body, which is heated, bright energy, and exposing your cool feminine side, which is calm and dark. And this will carry you through the rest of the day. Please very slowly push up to seated. I'm going to do a closing chant. Those of you who know it and want to join me, please do so. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Namaste. And Jai, yogis. Thank you for being here.